Hello and welcome to the Pastor's Study. Last time after Absalom killed Ammon, nothing was done, and yet Absalom runs and hides, gets away from the king. And so we come into 2 Samuel 14, and a long period of time has gone by, and Absalom would like to return to the neighborhood, if you will. And so, again, a strategy is laid out that, and a communication is made with King David and asked if Absalom could come back. But, they don't just ask the question, hey, can Absalom come back? No, they come up with a story and lay it out and say, well, one son killed another son, and, well, now, if the son who's alive would come back, others would want to kill him. And so the king says, well, you know what, time has passed. I think you should let the son who's alive come back. This mother needs her. Well, she says, well, guess what? You're the one who's restricting your son from coming back. And so, over a period of time, he says, okay, Absalom can return. But when he returns and he comes back, he comes into the king, and he bows down before him. But you know what? There's something that's missing. He never admits to doing anything wrong. He doesn't admit to his sin. He's back at first and then isolated. He's not allowed to see the king. And then he does something again to get the king's attention. But he never admits to doing wrong. He says, well, if there's iniquity, put me to death. But he says, he comes before the king and prostrates himself on his face before the gout, and the king kisses Absalom. So all is forgiven, but all is forgiven without a true admission of having done anything wrong. And it's great that we can be willing to forgive others. But we need to be mindful whether or not others request that forgiveness, whether they admit to doing wrong. And I think there's a level where we release them before the Lord. But I think, allowing people to come back into ministry, coming back into organizations, coming back into the body life without a confession of wrong, it's a serious problem. And one we'll see continues to grow. So think about, yes, we don't want to hold a grudge against people. We don't want to hold it over their head. But recognize whether or not they recognize their own faults and sins. Until next time in the Pastor's Study, goodbye, and may God bless.